Welcome back to Orange Hat Reviews, everyone. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. I'm sorry about the scratchiness of my voice. That can't be avoided. I am still a little bit congested and sick. So, there's a lot of debate going on. Is John Wick dead? Is he alive? Is there going to be a fifth movie? Is there going to be this or that? And there are those who are saying that that Keanu Reeves dropped huge hints that that John Wick isn't dead. Well, here's the thing. Obviously, they could do a fifth movie. My argument is they shouldn't, because if you look at the fourth movie, it is geared for John Wick to have died. His death was not to be faked. His death was to be genuine. Now let us examine all of the evidence. How about, for one, when the Marquis says about John Wick and Kane that there are three things that people die for: something to lose, something to gain, something to live for, something to die for, and something to gain. Well, or paraphrasing, obviously, I can't remember what he said specifically. However, he says that Kane has all three of these things, and John Wick doesn't. What is John Wick fighting for? Well, as it's clearly stated in the contract of the duel, if he wins, he is free from all obligation to the table. Meaning, they can't go after him, meaning he will no longer have any more hostilities towards them. And he won that duel. As the Harbinger speaks for the table, in that instance, he tells Wick, as he is sitting there dying, essentially, you are free from all obligations of the table. John Wick has achieved his goal. He was told by Winston, killing them all, they'll have another person filling the void before the other one's body is even cold. And they'll run out of heads, or you'll run out of bullets long before they even run out of heads. Hercules had his Hydra, you had the high table. You can't beat the table, John. But you can beat the Marquis if you kill him smart. So yes, he killed him smart. He made the rules. He had the contract. And he fulfilled his obligation. The table has no other real reason to wage war with John Wick. He's dead. His last words on the steps were Helen before he died. He was literally having his life flash before his eyes. There was no need for him to stay alive. He was giving himself over to death. When he said, Winston, can you take me home? He meant he wanted his body buried next to his wife. There's no real reason for John Wick to be alive, folks. As much as you all want a fifth movie, as much as you say, oh, it can't be true, we gotta start looking at things the more realistic way. What purpose would it serve for John Wick to go after the table after he just basically fulfilled something that is impossible to most, which is standing against the table, killing one of them so that he may gain his freedom in one of their most ancient traditions, with the high table duels? John Wick has no more quarrel with the table, and the table has no more quarrel with him. He has allowed himself to die on the steps of Sacré-Cœur. So, there really is no reason for a fifth movie where he somehow miraculously comes back to life, even though he just bled out on the steps and died. In that scene is buried. The Bowery King has his dog now. Do you think the dog would have been at his funeral? No. The dog would have been with his owner if Wick was still alive. Makes no sense for Wick not to be, or makes no sense for Wick to be alive after he was fully willing to die and literally had nothing else to live for. Now that his obligations and his war with the table is done. He ensured it that he could be free from the table, folks. That was the whole point of this movie. So that he could finally be laid to rest. So yeah, as much as a lot of people, again, they say, oh, he faked his death. No, he didn't. Every hint to the contrary is in this movie. And while you say, well, it may, or that might just be for obvious purposes to throw us off guard, again, I pose the question, now that he literally has his freedom from the table that he just gave his life to earn, what's the point of continuing to go after the table when he just got them off his back? And as Winston said, you kill one, they'll have another person replacing him before the body is even cold. It's impossible for John to kill all the members of the High Table without them being resurrected through somebody else underneath. Somebody will just rise through ranks again. Let's look at this logically, folks. John Wick is dead at the end of this movie. The only reason that he will show up in a future film is the one with the ballerina, where he has a cameo. The ballerina takes place in between 3 and 4. That stuff was made perfectly clear when they were announcing the ballerina. So yeah, folks, that's going to be the video. That's my argument as John Wick is dead, and there is no real reason for him to be alive in a 5th installment. The Book of Wick is concluded. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. You all know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. What do you think? Do you think John Wick is alive and that the fans, or if the fans want a 5th one, they can have a 5th one? Or do you think it is better for him to be laid to rest and to continue with different elements of this universe? Let me know all your thoughts down in the comment section below, folks. This has been Orange Hat Reviews. Stay humble.